All right, let's get into assimilating CDK. I'm going to open up my console here, get this thing cooking. So I've actually had some good CDK stuff cooking lately, and I'm going to go a couple different ways. So I'm going to open this with inside of this environment first, GitHub, but I also had, I believe, a CDK working example here. If I go to Cloud9 and let's see, assimilate CDK. There we go. So there was a couple things that I didn't like about just some of the things that are happening here. One of them is that I do believe the best scenario will be to have the less amount of stuff as possible with in your repo when you're dealing with CDK. And so we can so what I'm going to do here is I actually have a ton of I'm actually not even following my own rules here. I have a bunch of different projects in here. So I have this assimilate CDK. Let's first look at this thing and double check where I was at. So I think it was assimilate CDK. And if I remember correctly, I was able to open up a file here, open up a terminal here, and I want to make this down there. So I want this to be here. That looks good. And if we just do a PD here and I go into assimilate CDK and we go here, make lints. There we go. Format. Perfect. This would be good to go back to my CDK example that I was looking at previously. So if I go to CDK Python, hello world, what I really want to do is init a new project again. So let's go ahead and do this. So we'll say CDK init app language Python. Perfect. Now notice again, I've been on a rant about Conda. Here we go. Another example of a project that does not use Conda right here. I'm going to screenshot it so I can have an example of this thing locally here. But basically, we're going to do CDK init app Python. Here we go. It can't be run in a non-empty directory. And look, it even says, so let's start writing some docs down real quick here. That is annoying how it's, I want these things to be side by side. There we go. That's a little bit better. I don't know why this particular environment seems to be wacky now. I must have done something that made it act in a weird way. But I'm going to go here and I'm going to delete all this stuff. And we're just going to say, I'm also going to do pwd pull. And we can say, this is annoying how this window, or is it this window? It's kind of annoying how it doesn't spin the way I expected, but whatever. I'll just keep moving here. But basically, CDK info here. So this is what we would do. So I'm gonna go ahead and make directory CDK hello world. Hi. And I'm gonna cd into there. And so we're gonna say we're gonna do this. We're gonna do make directory, and we're gonna cd into that. CD in there. Now, I would like to tell my environment here to be smart about being able to look inside of here. So let's see what happens when I initialize real quick. There we go. Oh, before I do this, actually, before I do this, but this is really annoying. Okay, there you go. I guess I do that. So let's go up a directory here. Let's do arm-rf cdk hello world. And then if I say cdk, let's just update it. I think there must be a way to update this cdk init. Does it tell us to update it? We do this, we do this, we do this, we do after X inviting it. So there is a new version. Getting started though, do I need to CDK version npm python npm cdk. I forget how you tell it to deploy a new version. We're probably okay though. I'm going to just instructor one more time here, and then I'm going to cd into it, and then I'm going to do this command. I was going to see if there was a newer version, but okay, got it. Executing it. Now look, see, it is actually explicitly telling us to use a Python virtual environment. Perfect. Here we go. So if we go back to this, notice how it wants us to activate the virtual environment for this. So please run Python 3 creating virtual environment. So where is the virtual environment? That's what's kind of tricky about this. Oh, source it if you're on Windows. Well, I already have a virtual environment. To manually create it. Well, we already have one, so we don't need it. Once it's activated, you can do pip install requirements. So let's do that. So let's just do pip install requirements. And then we have these constructs here. And we see all these examples. And we go to, that's it. Typing pitfalls. So now that I've got that cooking, what did it give us? So this is where, oh, I see. So it did include a virtual environment there. And we have an app here. So this is where things get a little bit tricky, because if you don't specify environment, this will be agnostic. Here's our app. So this definitely looks interesting. So we've got that code here. Whoa, why is that? Oh, because there's just comments in here. We don't need those comments. There we go. Now I should do the makefile where I could actually check for syntax and that kind of stuff, which I think is not a bad idea. And so what I could do inside of here is go up a level, and we see that this makefile, this is really where I think there's some problems, is that we should say asterisk.py and see, and we can also do inside of the subdirectory. So we want to format this code CDK, and we want to say CDK hello world pi again, because isn't there some Python code in here? Yeah, we as well. So we want to do something like that for both linting and formatting. And I think this is going to be critical to really getting a solid workflow. So if I say make refactor, it'll format and lint my code here. I think this is one of the big issues that I've been having. Yeah, make refactor. About that. Invalid path. What do you mean that doesn't? CDK hello world. Oh, because that's underscore. Annoying structure here. At some point, I'll probably figure that out. How to make it less annoying. The make file, but there we go. Look at that. That's super, super helpful, right? Like we already found a bug, like unused import OS. What are you doing, CDK? Why are we importing OS? We don't need OS. You gave me bad code. Look at that. Bugs. I love finding bugs. So that's definitely a win. I think when you're using CDK, you should refactor it so that you got better code. There we go. We got it again. We got some good code here. Now, the part that I want to really, really quickly fix is let's look at what this stack is doing here. And let's just go up there. Let's go up there. So we don't need that. So inside of here is where we would build out something. Now, I mean, I guess I could create a queue. Sure, why not? Let's create a queue. Everybody needs a queue. Who needs a queue? So let's go through here and put inside of this as well a queue, CDK hello world pi cube. Perfect. I love it. That's great. Now look, see this? This is why the refactor is so critical, and it's a missing link. Because you have some bugs in your code here that we need to fix. It's just really critical to fix these. Undefined variable duration. What do you mean duration? How is that duration dots? How is that undefined? Isn't that, where is that coming from? From SQSQ, duration, visibility timeout. I need to see an example here. How to best practices. I just want to do a hello world here. So in Python, I mean, it's a bummer that's examples, AWS CDK examples. There we go. This is what I care about. Python. Let's go here. So let's put this docs in here because I'm sure I'm going to need these in the future. Let's go here. Let's go to the README and just say like reference here. Python examples. Okay, so let's grab one. So SQS, that's what I was just looking at. So what? That's a Lambda handler. Here we go. So where's duration here? SQS. But if I go back to this example SQS, what if I don't want a visibility timeout? Screw your visibility timeout. That. Just get anything working. Let's refactor this sucker. Okay, so I'm thinking so unused variable Q in line. So this is why again linting is so critical with CDK. Line 16. Oh, that's right. We don't need that. Do it again. Perfect. Now that we got the linting working, let's go back into Assimilate CDK. And what we can do is actually go back to the examples. Hello world, Python, and we just need to do like a synth or something like that, right? What is CDK synth. Come on, let's go for it. Let's get this thing working. Build. What is required either in command line or CDK? Oh, because I need to CD into this. Oh, interesting. So you could pass it in a path, an app, which I like. I might use that in the future. Okay, let's synthesize this sucker. There we go. Look at this, looking good. And let's deploy. Come on. No whammies. Deploy this sucker. Does it work? Looking very good. Creating stack. Pretty awesome. Feeling really good about CDK now. I think that the missing piece of CDK is auto code completion with either a tool like Code Whisper, which you can get here, or with Copilot, and also the makefile. If you're not using a makefile to lint your code and to refactor your code, you're going to get yourself in big trouble, in my opinion, with CDK. But if you have that plus Copilot, whoa, I think you're in an amazing shape here. And so what I can do is while this is creating, let's go ahead and double check. Let's go to SQS here. This SQS. Let me see a Q. Oh, look at this. Amazing. Yes. Yes. Victory. I'm feeling very confident with CDK now. Excited. Yeah. So this was good. I'm going to leave it a victory and I'm going to come back in a couple weeks and continue this series on CDK. So see you then. Bye.